Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise here on Madden 21. Today we're done with the season, and we're in the playoffs. I mean, the Jaguars aren't in the playoffs, but these 14 teams are. And today we're going to go over the highlights of these wildcard games and talk about the end of the season and talk about what actually happened at the end of week 17, which happens every year in the NFL, which is Black Monday, where coaches are getting fired, and we go over how that's all going to work. We'll get the highlights of all of these wildcard weekend games moving forward, but first we're going to take a little trip to check out the end of the season. So there you have all the standings. Buffalo finishes 13-3, and we'll scroll down here, and you see a lot of teams were 10-6, a couple teams 9-7, a lot of teams were 8-8 and didn't make the playoffs. That's kind of nuts. We were 7-8-1. A lot of teams are 7-9. A lot of teams 6-10, and the Eagles will get the first pick in the draft, going 4-12. Only because the 49ers tied a game instead of actually losing it. So here we have the Black Monday stuff. Matt Patricia, Adam Gase, Doug Peterson, and of course our Doug Marrone were all fired. We'll all be looking for new coaches, but I don't know if that's going to be the end, but we'll find out. James Robinson is the MVP. He did win, despite not finishing super strong, but he had a really good last 3 or 4 games. He won Offensive Player of the Year as well. We'll go over those real fast. Yeah, he won Offensive Player of the Year, and Defensive Player of the Year went to Stephon Gilmore in the AFC. A lot of linebackers in there. Miles Jack was in the running. Offensive Rookie of the Year, of course, is James Robinson. He won MVP. So I'm not sure why he would not win the Offensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie. Kenneth Murray Jr., Best Defensive Rookie of the Year for the AFC. Baker Mayfield, AFC's Best Quarterback. I guess. I wasn't really sure. James Robinson, Best Running Back. That makes a lot of sense. It was a back and forth struggle between him and Derrick Henry. There we go. We get to the NFC stuff. Matt Stafford is the best quarterback in the NFC. Crazy how that worked out. The Lions, despite the fact the Lions, I think, went 6-10 and they're not in the playoffs. Ezekiel Elliott wins Best Running Back. And the Cowboys aren't in the playoffs either, so take that for what it's worth. I think we go to Best Wide Receiver. There we go. DJ Chark won Best Wide Receiver, so that's pretty good for him. He did beat out Stephon Diggs, getting more catches and yards, or I think it's more just yards, but we'll get to catches later on because it's kind of crazy how this season panned out with the yards. But you got, Tyreek Hill's out there. Michael Thomas wins Best Wide Receiver for the NFC. DeAndre Hopkins, Emmanuel Sanders, Saints, a couple Saints there. Marvin Jones, Tyler Lockett, Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones. Calvin Ridley finished above Julio Jones. That's kind of crazy. Best offensive lineman, Quentin Nelson, even though he got injured. But yeah, he's there. It's not going to be any Jaguars because we did not have a good offensive line this entire season. Best offensive line, Teron Armstead for the Saints. Zach Martin, the usual suspect. Chris Wirfs, there you go. Good job by that rookie. Stepping right in there and playing really well. Do we have anybody here? No, we didn't have anybody. DeForest Buckner, defensive player, or defensive lineman, best defensive lineman. We didn't have anybody make the list. I was hoping that Miles Jack's late season rally might have got something there, but Aaron Donald wins defensive lineman. He actually reset the sack record at 23 sacks, so that's another thing we have to shoot for in the NFL record book. Best linebacker, Bradley Chubb. This is always such a weird thing to me that this best linebacker is you're doing all 4 lineman positions. Devontae David for the Bucs. But outside linebackers, inside linebackers do different things. Best defensive back is Mike Hughes for the Vikings. Bradbury in there, Desmond Trufant for the AFC, and Stephon Gilmore. But Sidney Jones did in fact make it. There you go. Matt Stafford threw for the most yards. Gardner Minshew is second. Most touchdowns, also Matt Stafford. Gardner Minshew right there with him at second place. Josh Allen also threw 24 touchdowns. So did Baker Mayfield. Most interceptions goes to Josh Allen. He threw 30 interceptions, but that was a huge issue. Jimmy Garoppolo, 8 touchdowns and 29 interceptions. That is putrid. Sam Darnold, 13 touchdowns, 29 picks. Ryan Tannehill, 10 and 27. Awful. Derrick Henry wins the rushing title, despite the fact that Robinson actually outrushed him, or won MVP. So, I don't know. 18 touchdowns to 10 touchdowns, but Derrick Henry, I guess, wins the rushing title. That's fine. Yeah, James Robinson scored the most touchdowns. That is a new Jaguars record. The record, of course, was 15 for Maurice Jones-Drew. Best, these wide receivers. It's crazy. TJ Hawkins had over 1,000 yards, but if you actually go to catches here, 117. Look at all these tight ends and running backs. Austin Eckler had 103 catches. Jimmy Graham, 105. Where is the first wide receiver on this list? It is going to be Michael Thomas had 95 catches. So that's just kind of an issue with the game not being able to play itself. Miles Jack led the NFL in tackles, 180, tied with Fred Warner. And it's just kind of weird. There you see Aaron Donald, 23 sacks, new NFL record. Buckner had 20 and a half. Josh Allen only had 9, but he did lead the team. For us, we didn't really do too hot. We were the number 1 offense in the NFL, so that was cool. We were the number 1 pass defense and the number 3 rush defense, but the Ravens beat us out. But that's not surprising because that's what the Ravens do. Total defense, the Saints were number 1, Patriots, Bills. Who was the best pass defense? The Ravens pass defense. Buffalo the best run defense. Who was the worst run defense? Oh, Green Prairie. Most pass yards allowed? That's us, Jacksonville Jaguars. Of course it is. We were the worst defense. So anyway, let's go ahead and cut to the chase here and get to these playoff games. It's Wildcard weekend. I'll have the Jaguars personal stats next week. So I don't know why I didn't put them in this video, but I didn't. I'll have to go back and see if I can find them. But these are where we're at. We're going to start on the AFC side and go all the way to the NFC side. We're going to go kind of in a N shape, starting with Patriots at Chargers, going up, and then going back down to Giants versus Bucks, and then up to Saints Falcons to end this playoff run. So let's get to that. All right, let's go. Here we go. Chargers versus New England. Chargers looking to start fast here. Good run here on the opening play from Austin Eckler. That's a big gain of 19. Already starting off strong. Moving the ball down the field. This is what you got to do if you're the Chargers. Chargers try to go for the end zone here. That is a pass interference against Keenan Allen. That's going to put the Chargers in business. J.C. Jackson commits the penalty. And on 3rd and goal, Justin Herbert is going to get sacked by Dietrich Weiss. And the Chargers have to settle for a field goal. Chargers trying to stay in this, but there's an interception. Justin Herbert's picked off. I do believe that is J.C. Jackson. Will make it up for his pass interference penalty earlier. Not a lot of scoring going on here. Cam Newton on display is going to draw another pass interference. This happened a lot in this game. That is pass interference. I think that's going to be on Chris Harris. But the Patriots stall out, and they kick the field goal, tie the game at 3 in the second quarter. Chargers trying to go off here. That's an interception. That is going to be returned for a touchdown to put the Patriots on top 7-3 in the second quarter. Nice return. there. Chargers now in the hole. On this play, Herbert is going to complete a nice pass and getting away from everybody. That's a good play. Look at the effort there by the receiver. Excellent reception and good run after catch. That's Guyton. Chargers looking to now tie it here in the second quarter. Herbert is going to hit Mike Williams for the touchdown. Now the game's tied at 10. Mike Williams doing his thing. Patriots now at the end of the first half. I put that pass in there. Patriots get just close enough here, and they go to kick the field goal. And from 51, we get a field goal. It is good. The Patriots take the 13-10 lead. Now in the third quarter, time running out here. Good run from Stoney Michel, gets the Patriots down to the 3-yard line. They're looking to now go up by 2 scores. Now second and goal, and he goes in and finishes off the drive. Now the Patriots starting to exert some control over this game. They're up by 2 scores. Cam Newton does his thing, but he fumbles it. It gets recovered by Linval Joseph with the diving recovery. It's actually a pretty cool little animation that played here. You see, boom, and then Linval Joseph just dove on that football. I guess good hustle. Yeah, so Chargers trying to get back in it, down 2 scores. Good catch by Mike Williams. That gets him down to the 16-yard line. Chargers are in business. Now on 3rd and 7. Chargers trying to score here, but the dump off is dropped. I think that was also Guyton again. So the Chargers will have to settle for the field goal here in the fourth quarter. They're down by 7. Patriots on a big 3rd and 8 with 2 minutes to play. They convert on Julian Edelman's big tough catch there. So now with 3rd and 7, Patriots again convert to Edelman, and they run out the clock as they will upend the Los Angeles Chargers 20-13, and they will advance. 5 seed beats the 4 seed. Chargers were kind of lucky to get into this one. Had to outlast the Chiefs, and it was a good run, but they just couldn't hold on. Now, Bengals versus Colts. This is 5 versus 3. Versus 6 versus 3, I'm sorry. And the Bengals trying to start up here. This, you see DeForest Buckner making a play. This is just a defensive struggle almost the entire game. Bengals try to go for it early here in the first quarter, and they fail. Immediately, pass broken up, intended for T. Higgins. And the Colts, time running out in the first quarter, get the touchdown. That's T.Y. Hilton. He scores. The Colts go up 7-0. And here we go. Next possession for Indianapolis. Rivers taking all the time in the world. He throws outside, but he gets picked off. That is going to get returned for a pick 6 by Trey Waynes. And he ties the game at 7. Like I said, not a whole lot of scoring was going on in this one. There you see this more of this defensive beatdown. Nobody sees put on. Marlon Mack ends up getting injured, has to leave the game. He would not return. But the Colts relied on Nyheim Hines and Jonathan Taylor to continue to keep this running game going. It's not like the Colts don't have good running backs. They got 3 of them. Right here to end the first half, it's going to be a field goal. The Colts go up 10-7. And trying to end the first half, the Bengals are able to get into field goal range. And Kevin Huber's going to go ahead and nail this field goal and tie the game at 10 going into the half. Bengals now backed up from their own goal line. They do get out of their own end zone as an A.J. Green catch gets them up to the 22-yard line. But they stalled. Colts take advantage. Colts try to go for the end zone here. That pass is caught, but it's incomplete. 2nd and goal. It's a give to Jonathan Taylor. He gets stopped. And then on 3rd and goal, Rivers tries to throw a quick pass and gets the touchdown to Trey Burton. That puts the Colts on top 17-10. Bengals trying to get back into this one. Good catch again by A.J. Green, who is going to be an unrestricted free agent at the end of the year if he is not re-signed by the Bengals. Bengals trying to do some quick pass there, and it gets picked off by Kenny Moore. Like I said, this was very, very defensive heavy in this one. Very next possession, a couple of plays later, Rivers is going to get picked off. That's William Jackson. Bengals not out of this yet. 6:45 to go. Still plenty of time to get back into this one. They drive down. Burrow gets his, he throws, and picked off by Bobby Okereke, and Okereke takes it through the heart of the offense all the way back for a touchdown. He puts the Colts on top 24-10. Bengals trying to stay in the game. They get down to the goal line. Helped out by a face mask penalty. I mean, only for a couple of yards, but still. Get helped out by a face mask penalty on Bobby Okereke. They still end up going backwards, and on 4th and goal, the pass is broken up, and the Colts will win this one. They eliminate the Bengals, and they will move on. They win 24-10. Final game of Saturday's Wildcard weekend is the Browns and the Texans. Texans snuck into the playoffs thanks to that Colts loss and big victory. The Texans not playing like it, though, as they pick off Baker Mayfield to start the game off. That's Bradley Roby making a nice interception. Texans playing hard against this 2-seeded Browns team. Has a good throw there to Brandon Cooks. Gets him a first down in the red zone. Later in the drive, Watson is going to throw this one in the back of the end zone. It's caught by Will Fuller for the touchdown to put the Texans on top 7-0. Next possession. Browns trying to stay in this. Browns trying to move the ball down the field. That's a nice catch. That is Jarvis Landry going over the middle. That's what he's been doing his entire career, so no problem there. Mayfield now starting the second quarter. Is going to launch this one, and a toe tap catch on the outside caught by Odell Beckham. That's an excellent catch. That puts the Browns in the red zone. Browns end up stalling, and they will go ahead and take this field goal. Texans up 7-3. Browns still trying to stay back in there, and Baker Mayfield is picked off again by Bradley Roby. Roby races down the sideline and gets knocked out of bounds. Jack Conklin is actually injured for the Browns on the play. First to goal from the 2, and another touchdown. Darren Fells scores for the Texans. They are on top 14-3, starting to really establish domination in this. Watson goes over the middle, completes that one to Will Fuller. That puts them down to the 2-yard line in the 4th quarter. And Watson, 3rd and goal, takes the snap, and wide open is Darren Fells, again in the back of the end zone. And it is 21-3, Texans on top. Browns could not generate any offense during this game. That was the 4th and 14. It gets knocked down. The Texans pull off an upset. They are the 7th seed. They knock out the 2 seed. They have earned themselves a trip to Buffalo next week as they beat the Browns 21-3. Now the NFC side, Giants and Buccaneers. Bucks trying to move the football here. LaShawn McCoy makes that catch. He gets stopped early here in the 1st quarter. Bucks decide to go for it on 4th down, and they are stuck. Giants on top of that defense. Brady uninhibited though, and he gets picked off. That's Isaac Yidiam making that interception. Or no, that's Logan Ryan. Logan Ryan makes the interception of Brady. He just hard luck against the Giants for some reason. Now, down, the game's still tied. He gets sacked in the end zone by Dexter Lawrence, and now it's 2-0 Giants. Brady, though, will still fling it down the field. That's Mike Evans. That's what he does. Makes those big catches in traffic. Big body receiver. That's why, one of the reasons why the Buccaneers got into the playoffs. Bucs get a field goal out of it. They're coming back here. Brady standing around, throws it, and it gets picked off again. This is James Bradbury making that interception. Brady just all out of sorts, despite the fact that it's only 3-2. Giants now in the fourth quarter, they get picked off. Not like Daniel Jones doesn't do that. But Daniel Jones is able to hawk down the defender, James Whitehead, as the Giants got a field goal. They're up. They were up 5-3. The Buccaneers came back at a 6-5 lead. This is like a pitcher's duel, apparently. There's a pass interference call on Jamel Dean. Still 6-5. Brady trying to get the Bucs moving forward in the playoffs. Good catch there by Mike Evans, but he ends up getting injured on the play. He goes on the bench. Looks like it's going to be a leg injury, but he would return later. And it's going to be a 3rd and goal stop for the Giants as they again have just shut down the Bucs. Bucs go for it on 4th and goal. This time they punch it in. That is Ronald Jones, or that was LaShawn McCoy actually. Getting into the end zone. Tampa Bay up 12-5 or 13-5. Then Daniel Jones is able to hit Darius Slayton. Somehow Slayton gets away from everybody, and with under a minute and a half to play, the Giants take a 14. No, they tie the game at 13 with the Saquon Barkley 2-point conversion. Now, a minute and a half, Brady, he's been in the situation a number of times, but he gets picked off immediately on the very next possession. That is a pick six for Xavier McKinney, and that would pretty much do it. Brady with one last shot here on a 3rd and 10 from the 45. He throws it incomplete. It didn't even reach the end zone anyway. He just threw it up. Doesn't really matter. But the Giants shock everybody, and they knock out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers were the 5 seed, but the Giants win this one 20-13 and advance in the playoffs. Seahawks, Cardinals. This one mentioned the Larry Fitzgerald possibly retiring at the end of the season, and Tampa Bay and the Arizona going to play their hearts out for him. Don't start out very well as Tyler Lockett gets away from Patrick Peterson, and then Wilson completes a touchdown to Lockett in the back of the end zone, and the Seahawks go up quickly 7-0. Kyler Murray and the Cardinals trying to match. Cardinals, nice throw, good catch. That's Christian Kirk over the middle. Good pickup on that. Cardinals moving down the field. Second quarter, still 7-0. Here's going to be a good word from Kenyon Drake. He was very, very successful this season. Did a lot more this Cardinals offense to get them into the playoffs. They did go 8-6-1. Murray with a quick dump off. That's Max Williams. Max Williams breaks a tackle. He almost gets into the end zone. He gets down to the 6-yard line. So the Cardinals playing for Larry. And then Kyler Murray's going to try to get it in. He gets nailed by Bobby Wagner. Fumbles the football. Gets recovered. And all that work seemingly was for nothing. Wilson, though, scrambled around his own end zone. You can't do that. You got to get rid of it. He gets sacked for a safety. That's another safety in the playoffs, sacked by Devondre Campbell, and it's now 7-2. Once again, Cardinals trying to do something. That pass gets intercepted, but there's going to be a pass interference call against the Seattle Seahawks. That's going to keep the drive alive. Quentin Dunbar called for the flag. Cardinals could not punch it in. They kicked the field goal. They come back out in the third quarter, 5-7. Weird score. They're still going here as DeAndre Hopkins catches the slant, and there was nobody there for the Cardinals, and nobody there for the Seahawks, and Hopkins scores, and the Cardinals are up 12-7. In the third quarter, Russell Wilson with a play action fake here. He's going to launch this one way downfield, but it gets picked off by Patrick Peterson. There's a flag on the play. It would go against the Seahawks, so Cardinals just go ahead and went and took it. The Cardinals put out an all-out blitz. They get to Russell Wilson, but it's too late, and they get called for a roughing the passer call. And Devondre Campbell is guilty of that. Start of the fourth quarter. Russell Wilson with a great leaping grab there. That was excellent, but the Cardinals or the Seahawks end up getting a field goal. Then another brilliant catch, this one by Max Williams, just over the back of his man. Cardinals trail it here in the fourth quarter, and the sack before the 2-minute warning is Kyler Murray just drops way too far back. Now they're out of field goal range. Now they got to go for it on 4th and 32. The pass goes for Hopkins. It gets picked off and run back. And Quentin Dunbar, who got the pass interference call earlier, saves the day for the Seattle Seahawks. And they convert this 3rd down and 2, and they seal it. They will win this one over Arizona 13-12. One bad play cost the Cardinals this game. They looked like they were going to win it, but they fall short. And we have the final game of Wildcard Weekend, Falcons versus Saints. This one, another close game. Very defensive struggle. Very tough defensive struggle. There's a sack for Grady Jarrett on Drew Brees. Brees then completes this one to Mike Thomas. That's what he does. He's been very good the whole season. They had 95 catches, led all receivers. Brees on 3rd and 8 launches this one, and who's there? Of course, it's Jared Cook. He makes a brilliant catch. Still scoreless in the second quarter. Brees goes deep again, and this one is caught by Michael Thomas on the sideline. Good toe tap catch there. Halfway through the second quarter, finally, the Saints punch it in. That's Alvin Kamara, and they go up 7-0 in this very, very tough defensive struggle. Matt Ryan and the Falcons couldn't do a whole lot offensively. Look at this grab by Julio Jones. Still one of the best receivers in the league, grabbing it over everybody. Falcons tried to score before the half, and there's another catch by Julio. Gets him inside the 20, now in the red zone. Can the Falcons convert? 1st and 10. Matt Ryan dumps it off. This is Russell Gage, and Gage is able to fight through the zone coverage and get into the end zone, and this game gets tied right before the half. So it's going to be a long one here. Saints trying to come back, but Drew Brees gets picked off and running this one all the way back. That is Ricardo Allen. He puts the Falcons on top 14-10. Saints got a field goal later. Then the Falcons continue to drive. That's Julio Jones doing what he's been doing his entire career. Saints still in this, though, as a good catch here by Traquan Smith. Look at him bust off these tackles. He's going to take this one all the way for the touchdown and put the Saints on top 17-14. 82 yards. That was a grown man move. Falcons with less than 2 minutes going to drive down the field. Clock still running here. 1st and 10. Ryan throws it outside. That's caught on the sideline. Another nice grab by one of his receivers. Ryan now at 1st to go from the 8-yard line. Less than 50 seconds. He dumps it off to Todd Gurley. Gurley gets so close. And now with 30 seconds, the Falcons at the 2-yard line call on Gurley, and Gurley runs it into the end zone for the touchdown. And the Falcons go up 21-17 with less than 30 seconds to play. Can Drew Brees bring it back? 4th and 10, 9 seconds to play. Brees tries to get the first down, but he can't even get that. A good tackle by Devontae Casey seals it, And the Atlanta Falcons eliminate the Saints, the 2 seed. Both 2 seeds have fallen to the 7 seed, 21-17. So that's where we stand. This is what it's going to look like for next week. Houston goes to Buffalo. The Colts are going to host New England. Falcons go to Green Bay, and the Giants will play Seattle. Well, that's all for me, guys. I will see you guys soon with the follow-up to this in the divisional round. Have a good day.